This is the VOA Special English Development Report. On April 24th, rebels in eastern Ethiopia attacked a Chinese-owned oil exploration field in the Ogaden area. They killed 65 Ethiopian workers and 9 Chinese. 7 other Chinese were kidnapped, but released. The Ogaden National Liberation Front took responsibility. The group said that China did not appear to recognize the struggles of the Somali people of Ogaden. The rebels have been fighting the Ethiopian government for more than 20 years. They urged China to cease all cooperation with the government in the area of oil exploration. Some experts believe China may become more of a target in Africa as it expands its involvement there. Today, Chinese companies operate in most African nations. China also has been investing in local projects like roads, schools, and hospitals. Cheung writes for Business China, a newsletter published by the Economist Intelligence Unit. He says China has invested in Africa since the 1950s, but mostly within the past 5 years. By 2005, Chinese trade with Africa totaled about $40 billion. Cheung says the government has been urging state-owned companies to operate internationally to help support China's expanding economy. But he adds, many of the leaders of those companies are not trained in good corporate governance. He says the next generation of business leaders is more international and will have more of the skills needed for places like Africa. Africans generally have welcomed China's investments. China, in return, gets oil and other natural resources that it needs, like copper and iron. But some say the growing Chinese involvement in Africa could lead to a form of economic colonization. China has an official policy of non-interference in other countries. But, as Adam Wolf noted in World Politics Watch, China will have to decide how much it can follow that policy in the face of risks like the attack in Ethiopia. China, for example, recently urged the government of Sudan to do more to end the violence in Darfur. China has faced international pressure to use its influence in Sudan to help solve the crisis. China National Petroleum is the main buyer of Sudanese oil. In February, Chinese President Hu Jintao met with Sudan's President Omar Hassan al-Bashir during an 8-nation trip to Africa. And that's the VOA Special English Development Report written by Jill Moss.